now. But yeah, guys, the way that the system is set up in the world is they made it hard for you to become a full-time business owner, entrepreneur, off the grid. They made it hard. And there's a reason they did that, right? And so you're going to have to have a lot of accountability for yourself, and you're going to have to sacrifice your ass off. And I'm here to just, cut the fat and tell you exactly what it is, guys. Not enough sauce to be recorded. No, I just forgot, bro. My apologies. But you guys are going to have to sacrifice and have accountability. Let's talk about accountability, right? One of the first quotes I heard, listen, if you don't, before I get into it, if you don't have a notebook out and you're writing this stuff down, guys, there's no point in even being on this call. Okay. If you're not writing down what it is you're learning today, how are we going to help the people that we're meeting tomorrow? You know what I mean? It's a statistic. It's a statistical fact that you're going to forget 95% of the things you're going to learn on this call if you don't write it down, guys. I have like 15 notebooks over the last 6 years. Okay. I wanted to win. I wanted to make tens of thousands of dollars a month. I wanted to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, which, I've been able to accomplish that. But it's because I took out a notebook, I wrote down the stuff I was learning, and I applied it to my everyday life. You know what I mean? So I really recommend you guys do that. But let's get into it. One of the first quotes I ever heard was, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. Okay, I want you to write it down. I want you to put it on your wall. I want you to put it in your bathroom. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. Okay. Now, what does that really mean, guys? In this business and in the world and life, it's so easy to play the blame game. You know what I mean? It's so easy to point fingers at people, give someone the blame for why you didn't accomplish a certain goal, or why a scenario happened the way it did, or why, XYZ, right? It's very easy for humans to do that. It seems like it's almost second nature for most people nowadays. But those people who play the blame game and don't, make themselves have full accountability, those people end up not really amounting to any sort of significant success ever. Literally ever. I know tons of people who play the blame game over years and years and years of entrepreneurship, and they never reached any great heights. They never accomplished anything, crazy in their life. So if it's meant to be, it's up to me. If you have the goal to earn $10,000 a month inside this business, whether it's building the business and getting paid every Friday, above 2,500 bucks, or if it's trading, right? It is you versus you. We're a team, guys, right? Together everyone achieves more. We do this together, but you have to understand though that the only person who's going to prevent you from getting to those goals is you. And the only person who's going to get you to those goals is you. One person, guys, me or Tippa or, Corey Cromray or Anthony, one person does not determine the success for all people. Okay, one person does not determine the success for everyone, right? It's an internal thing that you have to grow and work on every single day, right? If it's meant to be, it's up to me. You take accountability at all times for your business, how it's doing, how your team is, how your trading is doing. You got to take accountability, right? Don't blame the educators, for example, if you're trading, if they have a bad day and they lost a 0.5% of their account and you lost 5%. Right. Don't blame them, obviously for stuff, for example, for building your business, right? Like if your running partner, your mentor, your upliner, whoever got you started, isn't in day-to-day contact with you. Listen, you can't blame them, right? If it's meant to be, it's up to me. Okay. So I want to talk about sacrifice too. Okay. The reason I believe I was able to go out and, achieve, 10K a month in multiple companies and have a good amount of success in network marketing is because I was willing to sacrifice. I was literally willing to sacrifice the hell out of everything. Like everything I could possibly sacrifice, I was willing to do. Now, what do I mean by that, right? The reason I think a lot of people don't reach big success in entrepreneurship, specifically network marketing, which is what we're talking about, even trading too, is because they keep avoiding doing the hard part. Okay, guys, in order to win in this business, Tippa was saying it, you have to grind for a period of time, right? Well, people avoid the hard part, which is the grinding for, X amount of time. They avoid it and they never end up getting it done with. If you can make the decision to sacrifice hanging out with friends, going out, take your TV out of your room, if you are willing to, go do your recreational activities less, if you're willing to sacrifice and say no to those things so you can say yes to this right now, later on, you're going to be able to say yes to the best stuff in life, right? the longer you put it off, the longer it's going to take you to get the 5 to 10K a month, right? You literally have to be all in on your business. It's like your baby. You have to sacrifice for it, guys. Listen, I didn't leave my house, my first company, guys. I literally didn't leave my house. I think at least 6 months, right? Unless it was like a groceries or just some necessity, right? I literally didn't leave my house, or it was a live event. I didn't leave my house. I literally worked straight for 6 to 12 months, ladies and gentlemen, and I was able to grow a business from 3 people to almost 400 people in like 6 months. Okay, so if I can do it, you can do it. There's nothing special about me. I was just hyper locked in. Right. Now, some of you obviously have jobs, some of you have kids and stuff like that, and that's totally okay, right? You don't have to, go, all in and go after 10K a month as fast as you possibly can, right? You don't have to do that. However, you know, uh, in the beginning, you have to work your 9 to 5, and then you got to work your 6 to 11 side hustle. And it's a full day that you have to work, right? It's 9 to 5 for your job, 6 to 11 for your side hustle. Until your 6 to 11 side hustle starts outpaying your job, that's when you can essentially leave it. Okay. So you gotta do the hard part. You gotta get it out of the way, guys. Now, some people think when I'm saying that they're like, okay, I'm willing to sacrifice. But in their head, they're like, 10 days of sacrifice, 20 days of sacrifice, 30 days of sacrifice, a month of sacrifice, 6 months, a year of sacrifice, right? The whole thing is, guys, it's not going to be 10 days. It's not going to be 30 days. It's not going to be 3 months. It most likely won't be 6 months. Guys, you got to go all in for like, I'd say minimum 6 to 12 to 24 months on your business. I don't care what it is. I've started multiple businesses, guys. I own a hedge fund that's been going for 2 years now, a social media agency, 5 years now, this business, 6 to 7 years now, right? Like you have to think longevity, but you got to be pressing every single day in order to get out of the rut, right? In order to get out of, the level of mediocrity that you consider mediocrity, in order to get out of it, you have to go full speed. Right. You got to dedicate your life to it. And it's not, I mean, guys, this isn't a forever thing. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to sacrifice forever. The whole reason we're sacrificing for a short period of time in our life is so we can enjoy the rest of our life. Right. So you can travel the world. So you can walk stages with thousands of people. You can meet people all over the entire world. You can share your story. You can take your family across the world. You can not have to work a job. You can have complete freedom of your life. You can make unlimited income from your cell phone. You don't have to answer to a boss anymore that you probably hate. Right. You get to have control over your life, but you got to do what most people aren't willing to do. That's just plain and simple, guys. I've been trying to tell people for 6 years, like, hey, here's how you do it. You literally have to do what no one else is willing to do. So let me ask you, what are you willing to do to get to $10,000 a month inside this business? Like, what are you willing to do? What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to give up to get to that level? Right? It's got to be anything almost, like there's some lines, like God, family, maybe obviously those things are really tight for most people, but you pretty much got to do whatever it takes. Like Marissa said, you literally have to do whatever it takes. Right. I was doing calls till 1, 2 a.m. A lot of nights over the last 6 years, guys. Most people aren't willing to do that. Most people aren't willing to go meet up with people. Most people aren't willing to get on calls with people. Most people aren't willing to step out of their comfort zone. And that's why most people never make a lot of money in entrepreneurship, right? You don't be like most people. Whatever you're scared of, do that. Because guess what? Most people are scared of whatever you're scared of. We're all humans. We all relate to each other for the most part. Do the thing that's scary, and you'll get the thing that most people don't have. And it doesn't make sense in the beginning, but eventually you'll get it, right? So you got to do it till it becomes a lifestyle, to the point where now it doesn't even scare you anymore. Okay. Now I want to quickly jot a couple things down real quick. So I want you guys to write this down. So these are 5 ways to become more professional in your business. Okay. The reason why I've been able to enroll and sign up and work with extreme professionals all over the entire world is because I learned how to create a, professional stance inside of these businesses that I'm in, right? I learned how to become more professional in the businesses that I'm obviously operating in. Okay. So I want you to write this down. 5 ways to become more professional. Okay. Number 1 is understanding what the success formula is. Okay. If you guys have heard of the success formula, I want you to drop a 1 in the chat. Who here has heard of the success formula? Yep, Tippa. Some people might have forgot it. Oh, yeah, you got some tumbleweeds running around in there, Tippa. Marissa, okay. So the success formula, write this down, okay? the success formula. This is how to become successful in any business you're going to run. I don't care if you're a realtor, if you're a chef, if you're a lawyer. I don't care if you're a dancer. I don't care if you're a nurse. Any sort of business that you're starting. Excuse me. Nurse would probably be an employment, but any business. Okay. Number one is you have to get attention. Okay, write this down. Number one, you have to get attention. Like, hey, 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 hey. You got to get people's attention, right? You got to get people to start looking at what you're doing. That doesn't mean getting people on the presentations and stuff. That means you got to get attention. Okay. Like, how are you going to be the best, cookie maker in the entire world and have the best business in the entire world if no one knows you make cookies? You know what I mean? How are you going to run a online trading business where you can build a residual income and you can help people change their lives, in a short period of time? How are you going to do that if nobody knows that you trade? Right? I have friends that wanted to become artists and they're like, yeah, man, it's just like, I don't know. I don't really want to drop my music. And like, I don't really want to promote it, but I want to be a really successful artist though. And I'm like, dude, how are you going to become a successful artist if nobody knows that you make music? You know what I mean? Like, make it make sense. How are you going to become a successful business owner if the whole world doesn't know that you do the business? Right. So, number one is you got to get attention. Number two is when you start getting attention, you're going to start getting criticism. Okay. This is where your friends and your family are going to be like, hey, man, hey, girl, listen, I support you, but I've been seeing you get kind of loud on social media. I've been seeing you, prospecting a lot when we're in person, when we're out getting lunch. Like, I've been seeing you do a lot and it's kind of embarrassing me. Like, I know you, they know that I know you. Like, can you just quiet down a little bit, right? Like, I support you, but just quiet down a little bit. You're getting criticism. You're getting criticized by the people who are close to you. That's step two. This is all part of the plan. Okay. You don't think about it like a normal person would. Think about this like a blueprint. Okay. If you don't obtain these steps, you're not going to have success. Attention. Number two is you got to get criticism from people. It's part of it. Okay. There's not one person who started a business that didn't get criticism. Show me one, right? Two is criticism. Three is you got to eventually start getting haters. This is when people are like, I hate that person. Like, I hate Josh. I hate Tippa. I hate Kate Hansen. I hate XYZ. It's people that just hate you, right? And you don't even know why. But what these people do is they take your business, whether they say good things or bad things, but they spread it 10 times faster than you are spreading it. Guys, I remember when I was in college, there was a party where people like took a picture and they were doing this, like it was like a trading thing saying Forex, and they tagged me and Jay in their stories. It was like 50 people in a party just ripping on us in college, right? Well, guess what? Like 10 of those people from that party were like, man, that person's an idiot. And they reached out to me and Jay, like, well, what are you guys doing? Boom, got them started in the business, been, running with them ever since. So you got to get haters. Okay. And I'm not like haters, I'm talking about people that are willing to spread your information. Guys, the Kardashians do it. Justin Bieber did this stuff. Like all the famous celebrities and artists and icons and people that that are like A-list, they do the same formula. Okay. So number one, attention. Number two, criticism. Number three, haters. And number four is repetition. You do it over and over and over. Attention, criticism, haters, attention, criticism, haters, over and over and over. And eventually you're going to get admiration. People are going to go from, man, like, I don't know that person. Like, yeah, we want the high school together, to let me tell you how I know that person. Like, holy cow, right? That's how you obtain success in a business, guys. I literally heard that video from Grant Cardone. He taught the success formula, and I was 21 years old, or I was 20 years old, right? I was making $1,000 a month. I heard that and I started implementing it. I just started ripping my social media. I started telling everyone and their dog that I was involved in trading. I trade with some of the best traders in the world. I have an awesome, platform, a great team. I started telling everyone. I did not care, right? And it worked. It actually worked. Believe it or not, right? I was like, wow, look, Grant Cardone knows a thing or two, right? So that's number one. That's a success formula, okay? Number two, okay? 5 ways to become more professional in business, okay? Number two is starting a business versus launching a business, okay? Now, guys, this is important for you to know for people who are coming into your business from now on, okay? Starting a business versus launching a business, okay? Amateurs start a business, right? And professionals launch a business. Okay. When Apple comes out with a new iPhone, ladies and gentlemen, they don't just plop it on the shelf. They invite every celebrity, they invite every successful person they know, every business owner, every company, every CEO, every CFO. They invite every person they know to an iPhone launch event. And then they launch the phone in front of literally as many people as they possibly can. That's how you properly do a business. Guys, they don't just toss the phone up on a shelf, right? People that start businesses that just like, all right, well, I started it and there we go. Guys, that's not how you do it. That's how amateurs do it. You launch a business, you make it established and known, and you invite every person you possibly know to know about the business, right? Now, if you already got started inside the business, ladies and gentlemen, you're just doing the daily goals, right? You're being consistent every day. But for someone who's brand new, we want to launch them into the stratosphere. We literally professionally launching them will have an explosion inside their business. Okay. So that's starting versus launching. Okay. Remember, this is 5 ways on how to become more professional in this business. Okay. Number 3, this is a formula on how you can obtain your dream life. Okay. This is a formula how you can obtain the goals that you want. This is a formula how you can obtain the lifestyle that you want. I want you to write it down. It's literally a formula. Okay. It's desire plus skills times faith equals your dream life. Okay. Desire plus skills times faith equals your dream life. Okay. So what is this? Let's break this equation down. Desire, right? Do you desire to quit your job and help your family financially, maybe pay off student debts, pay off medical debts? Do you desire to get to a $10,000 a month income? Do you desire to actually become a profitable trader? Do you desire that, goal enough? So having desire plus, are you growing the skills that you need to accomplish that? Right? Are you studying the academy? Are you on the trading sessions? Are you attending these calls or are you missing them? Are you going to the live events? Are you setting up events? Like, are you a student? Are you a student of the game? Right? So desire plus skills times faith. Okay. So you have to have desire plus the skills. You got to want it and you got to work at getting better at it every day. And then you got to multiply it by your belief in your faith. Because guys, listen, that last part times faith, that faith part, the belief part, that's the part that people almost always miss and they never end up getting to where they want to be in business. They forget that belief and faith is the most important thing, right? Guys, when I was when I was in my first company, when I first got to a 10K a month income, right? I was surrounded by people that were making no less than 10,000 a month and up to about 1 million a month, right? That's who I was surrounded by. I would go to these, top earner events and stuff like that. One common trait that I saw with all of them is they were all like max belief, max faith. Like they completely believed in themselves. It was almost like ego, right? But you have to start believing in yourself, right? I got started in this business, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't know how to do network marketing. I didn't know how to give a presentation. I was shaking in my boots. You should have seen my first presentation. These leadership calls, guys, I've done thousands of them, right? That's the only reason I'm able to do them right now. But I had to start just taking action and trying to work on the daily goals of the business every day until I started seeing a tiny bit of success. And then my faith went up. And I'd see a little bit more success. My faith went up more, right? My belief kept increasing and increasing. And I was working on my skills. My desire was strong, but my faith was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that is what will give you your dream life. Desire plus skills times your faith and belief will give you your dream life. Okay. So that's number 3. That's how to become also more professional in business. Okay. Is understand that formula. All right. Now I'm going to give you guys some sauce, right? Some people on this call, when you have been trying to go out and get your free account, right? I mean, that was one of the first things I did. I was like, I'm just going to, hit up as many friends as I have. So, I can, have 4 buddies join and then, I have a free membership, but I'm going to help them though. Right. That was my goal. I'm not just getting them started to get them started. I'm going to help them. Right. Or I'm going to get them connected to my mentor or leader who can help them. Right. But I was going to make sure they were right. So I want to break down this. The world is divided in 4 categories. Okay. 4 categories. We're almost done here, ladies and gentlemen. 4 categories. All right. I want you to write this down. You got to sort and sift between the categories to know and understand who you're talking to. Okay. You got to recognize who you're talking to. Ready? The first category is 20% of people are negative. Okay. 20% of people are negative. You want to avoid them at all costs. 1 in 5 people, there's nothing you can do about it. That's just how it is, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to come across people that no matter what you say, what the situation is, no matter what is going on, they are negative. Okay. You want to avoid those people as much as possible. These could be your family members, right? That's okay. Guys, I have family members that are negative. I'm like, dude, screw off. I don't got time. Like, I got to run it up, right? I don't burn the bridge and I'm like, I'm never talking to you again, right? I don't make it so serious, but I just space myself away from them the best I can. I got friends that are negative. I literally won't talk to them for a month sometimes. I'm like, fix your attitude. I'll be back. So, number one, 20% of people are negative. Two, 67% of people on the planet are successful fakers. Okay. These are your friends and family and people that are like, yo, we should start this business. We should do this business. We should create this. We should implement this. We should do that. We should do this. But they never end up doing anything, right? They have the ability to become successful, but they don't have the action to become successful. Okay. These are called successful fakers. I call them wannabe entrepreneurs, right? 67% of them. Guys, we're already at 87% of people. They're either negative 20% or they're successful wannabe entrepreneurs. Okay. They're just talk. Okay. Doesn't mean they got bad ideas, but they're not doing a whole lot of getting stuff done. Now, 10% of people are manager quality type people. Okay, these are manager quality type people. They're good at pretty much most things they have to do. They're great at instructions. They get jobs done. They complete tasks. You know, these are the top 10% of people in the world, right? They're getting stuff done. They're activators. They take action, right? And then there's 3% of people on the planet. They're successful at everything they do. Everything they touch, it seems like it just turns to gold, right? This is 3% of people on the planet. Who are you looking for in terms of joining your business? What categories do you want to join your business, right? Do you guys want the 20% joining your business? Put in the chat. Which categories do you want? You want the 10s, the 3s, the 67s, the 20s? What do you want? What percentages do you guys want joining your business? 3%. That's good, right? 3. 10s are good too. 10s are good too, right? 10s and 3s. Okay. Now, do you think a 10%, which is a manager quality type person, and do you think a 3%, which is good at everything, do you think they're going to join someone who's a 67%er? Do you think they're going to follow you if you're a 67%er, a successful faker, right? You're in an entrepreneurship business, you're in a trading business, you know, you got all these successful people around you, blah, 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 but you're not taking any action. Of course not. Guys, it's so easy to tell if someone's actually about it or not. It really is. It's not hard. You know, obviously, if you're in entrepreneurship, if you're in business, it's not hard. Maybe for some people, but that's why we do these calls. That's why I'm talking about 5 ways for you to become more professional, because those 10%ers and 3%ers, they can feel your energy across social media, looking at your stories. They can feel your energy when you walk into a room full of people. They can feel your energy if you're smiling or not. They can feel your energy in any single scenario. They can read you like a book. And you don't even know who they are most times, right? Unless you're networking, okay? So your goal is to become the best possible version of yourself. You do personal development every day. You work on your business every single day. Go hard, man. What's the point of wasting time? You know, like imagine you only give it 20, 30, 40% effort. Guys, it's going to take years. How about we give it 100% effort and it's going to take a year or two, right? That's how I looked at it. So we want 10s and 3s, but we got to also become those type of people. And that has to do with your faith and belief system. Okay. When I was 6th grade in junior high, guys, I got D's and F's and C's, detention all the time. I was always in trouble. I was extremely overweight. I wore like black and red skinny jeans. I was like an emo kid. Dude, did you think I consider myself a 10 or 3%? No, not even close. Oh my God. I was like 20%. I was negative. I was like, you know, terrible personality, you know, always mean. I had to change who I believed I was, right? If you're born in a low income neighborhood, guess what? You're probably thinking that you're going to end up working a low income job. That's what most people do. If you were born in a high income neighborhood and everyone around you making money, that's who you probably think you are. So you're going to end up probably in a high income job. But where you are doesn't mean it has to be where you're going to end. You just have to change who you think you are, right? Like literally, what do you think about yourself? Because your identity equals your results. Your identity is who you actually are right now. Okay. Now, number 5, guys. Okay. Number 5, 5 ways to become more professional in business. All right. I want you to reread these after this call. I want you to literally take these in. Guys, I know all of this by heart. I have it written down, just like bullet points. I know it by heart because it was so important when I learned it from the people I learned it from that I'm like, dude, I got to make this part of my life, you know? So number 5, okay, this is just something easy for you guys. How to tell your story. Okay. This is how to tell your story, right? Like when you're if you eventually are speaking on one of these calls, if you're doing a leadership call, if you go to a live event at a hotel or a different event for this company and you're sharing your story to potentially tens to hundreds of people, this is how to tell a story, right? Okay, so number 1, who are you and where are you from? Okay, who are you, where are you from? Number 2 is, how did you find out about the business? What was your point of contact? Like, how did you find out about it? What happened? Did you go see a live event? Did someone hit you up on social media? Who was it? How did it go? Right. And then number 3, so who are you? Where are you from? Uh, how did you find out about the business? Number 3 is, what has it done for you so far? How has it changed your life in a positive way? Okay, guys, this story doesn't have to be super long. You can literally make this a 30-second elevator pitch story. You can make it really quick, right? But number 3, what has it done for you positively so far? Okay, and number 4 of how to tell your story is, where do you think it's going in the future, in the next 1, 3, 5, 10 years, right? Where do you see the vision of what we're doing here going? Where do you see it going, right? That's how you tell a story, guys. Who are you? Where are you from? How'd you find out about the business? What has it done for you so far? Man, I've been able to learn like how the morning daily US market sessions, work every single morning. I've been able to learn how to actually like properly analyze a chart and get into trades. I've learned how to grow my demo account 10%. It was a $100,000 demo account. It's at 110,000 now. You can say all these different things. I've learned more about cryptocurrency now. I learned more about AI trading crypto for me, right? You can talk about, what has it done for you so far? And then where do you see it going? Okay. So guys, if you got some value on this call, let me know in the chat. I want to see who actually took notes. Drop some ones in the chat if you guys got some value. A lot of those things I just went over, ladies and gentlemen, changed my entire life. Like, no joke. I heard it from people that were like, all this information I'm talking about, it's either from billionaires or millionaires. That's it. And I just applied the same thing. None of this information is new under the sun at all. It's just passed along. That's all we're doing. We're just passing the information. So, what is that? With great power comes great responsibility. You got to pass the information yourself. Pass it to people in your life, pass it to people on your team. You got to help facilitate the growth process of the leaders inside your business, right? And guys, everyone can be a leader, right? Everyone can be a leader. Even if you got one person on your team or no people on your team, it's if you have influence, you're a leader, right? What movie should we go see? You're a leader. Okay. So I want to release a couple things for everyone on this call. Listen, if you have people in your business that aren't on this call, it's going to be your responsibility to either have them watch this replay or let them know the information that I'm about to share with you right now. Okay. So it's your responsibility, if you have people on your team, to make sure they all understand it. All right. But we actually, just after the Orlando event, decided to come up with a brand new team schedule right here. So you guys can hopefully see my screen. We built a brand new team schedule. Okay. So right here, ladies and gentlemen, you can see this is the Wi-Fi money schedule. We incorporated some of the iGenius calls on the schedule, but as you know, if you guys log into your iGenius account and you go to the education tab and go to learn live, that's where all of the live trading sessions are with all the educators, right? There's 50 plus professional educators in the company that trade live in front of you on a weekly basis, right? So these are additional calls that our team is going to start doing so we can all keep winning at an even higher level. Okay. So right here, guys, you can see the Wi-Fi money schedule. I built this with a lot of the leaders who are on this call. So big shout out to everyone who's on here. But let's talk about Monday. Okay. Monday, there is the Anthony Napolitano Crypto Talk call. And then there is the iGenius leadership call on Mondays, every single Monday at 7 p.m. Central Time. And then at 8 p.m. Central Time, there's going to be a Wi-Fi money trading call. And that one is going to be done by Marissa Chase and Ryan Chase. Okay. They're going to be holding a call together. where they're going to do live trading in front of everyone. You guys can hop on this. You have to have an active subscription inside iGenius or you'll get kicked out of the group chat and the Zoom call. But that call is going to be at 8 p.m. Central Time. Tuesdays, we got the Alpha Trader sessions. That is Corey Cromray right here, 8 a.m. And then we have a Wi-Fi Money Builders call, okay? This call right here, ladies and gentlemen, 7 p.m. That's what we're on right now, 7 p.m. Wi-Fi Money Builders call. And then there's the 8 p.m. Wi-Fi Money presentation. Okay, we're gonna start doing that. I'm actually gonna create a recorded presentation, like a brand new one with the updated information, and we're gonna put it on YouTube, but also a platform called Webinar Jam, where 8 p.m. on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, it'll be a call that you can always put guests on, and it'll be a recorded call that's already pre-done, where guests can hop on and watch the presentation as if it's a live call, which is very, very powerful. It's gonna be very, very cool. Okay. But we have a trading session Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Central Time. That's going to be by Jay Patnode. He is not doing the one tonight because of a time conflict, but we are going to start that call up next Tuesday. Okay. Wednesday, Alpha Trader call, Corey and Jay Adams. There's also the trading call. This is going to be Brandon Wildman and Landon Defoe, 9 a.m. Central Time every Wednesday. Okay, we're going to be posting these calls, guys, in the Wi-Fi Money Telegram chat and the Trade Talk chat. Okay, then there's the Crypto Talk and also the presentation at the end of the night. Thursday, we got the Alpha Trader sessions, Corey and Jay, or I believe just Corey. And then 7 p.m. iGenius, usually Anthony Napolitano, he does a presentation for guests, and we'll also have ours at 8 p.m. So whatever time you want to have guests on. And then Friday, Alpha Trader session, and the Justin Weber holds a 7 p.m. Central Time chart training session. J Money just hopped on the call right now. What it do? But 7 p.m. Central Time, Fridays, he gets on and he breaks down what are you looking at? How to mark up a chart, teaches a little bit about the strategy that he's learned. Saturdays, we're going to do Super Saturday trainings. Okay, let me break down how this works. Whether you're in Colorado, you're in Minnesota, you're in Wisconsin, or wherever you are, we're going to have a Zoom call at 1 o'clock every single Saturday that everyone's going to be able to hop on from everywhere. Okay. But at the same time, if you are in Colorado, if you're in Wisconsin, if you're in Minnesota, at the same time, we're going to meet up with everyone in person in our respective local areas. So I'm going to meet up with everyone in Minnesota, with Tippa and everyone else. Wisconsin, all those leaders are going to meet up, in Colorado too. And that same Zoom call will be played on all the TVs, and we're all going to interact with each other from all the different locations. We'll do awesome trainings every single Saturday for the most part. And then Sundays, Marissa Chase, she has a social media call. Ladies and gentlemen, it's made me a lot of money. It is the fact that I have invested in building my personal brand on social media. I had nothing on Instagram. I had maybe 300-400 followers, by the end of college. I didn't care about social media at all. But when I started investing into my brand, guys, your Instagram is like your online digital resume. If you're thinking about if someone says, hey, do you know this person? Where's the first place you look them up usually? Instagram, right? So she's teaching you how to start building your personal brand, right, guys? She won't teach the same thing every week. She teaches new stuff consistently. There's going to be special guest speakers on those calls, which is really awesome. And then at 8 p.m. Central Time, guys, there is the Wi-Fi Money Women's Leadership Call. So if you are a female on this call, get in contact with Marissa Chase or Sydney Ullman, or obviously Maddie Parrish, but get in contact with them. There's a group chat for it, and you'll be able to get on those calls where a lot of women work together to obviously build this business, because they're building something crazy. I already know, man. I was hearing some stuff last night, so I'm pretty excited. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this inside of the Wi-Fi Money Telegram chat. Before I do, I wanted everyone to get some stuff that they can work on, okay? So if you're wondering what personal development you should listen to, right? I have a list of actually a lot of my favorite audios, and I just put it right there inside the Wi-Fi Money Telegram chat. We got Eric Worre, we got Jim Rohn, Earl Nightingale, Justin Owens, Napoleon Hill, Matt Morris. Guys, these are amazing audios that changed my entire life. So I would listen minimum 30 minutes a day to something that's going to help you with this business, right? Not just any personal development. Listen to mindset/belief, leadership, communication, network marketing, listen to sales, something that's going to pertain to this business, or even trading audios, right? A good trading one is trading in the zone. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and drop the Wi-Fi money schedule in there. And I'm going to go ahead and quickly put new Wi-Fi money schedule. Awesome, guys. Cool. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. I think some people dropped some stuff in here. Yo, I hope everyone was able to learn a lot of stuff tonight. Those 5 ways to become more professional. Obviously, everything Tip went over. I mean, he's talking about success, love, speed. That's what he's talking about, man. And the same thing. You just got to sacrifice, guys. Get the hard part out of the way. You got to get the hard part done, right? If you just go get it done, go build, your business to where it needs to be to make that money. Just get it done. It's like a hard workout. Get it out of the way so you can start enjoying the fruits of your labor. You know what I mean? But the longer you put off going all in on the business, on your business, the longer you put it off, the more your time it's going to take to get to where you want to go. You know what I mean? So it's just sacrifice, guys. It's decision, it's accountability. Choose people in the business to have accountability partners with. You know what I mean? Like I've had lots of different ones. It doesn't have to be your upline. It doesn't have to be someone that is on your team or you're on their team. It could be anyone, guys. Where you meet up, you hustle, you hop on Zoom calls, you trade together. You're finding people to hustle with. You know what I mean? We're a community that all supports each other. Okay. So hope you guys learned a lot in this call. Let's implement that success formula, huh? Let's get the success formula going. I want to see haters. I want to hear criticism. And I'm super excited to see everyone in Wisconsin this weekend. We're going to have a beautiful event. Almost 70 people registered for this event. It's going to be beautiful. Okay. So I hope you guys all have a beautiful night, and I will see you later.